is badly needed, especially for an economy that is as challenging as ours. While taking cue from those who spoke earlier, Mr. Speaker, on this subject matter, I want to say that one of the challenges we have with implementation of budgets over the years has been the fact that our budget in the last 10 to 15 years has been budget of deficit, where we need to borrow heavily to fund our expenditure. But again, this is not contrary to the practices in other parts of the world. The most important question is, when you borrow, what do you use the money to do? And this is where, the challenge comes. Recently, this House had to consider the issue of the need for increase in the value-added tax and a few other taxes that have been paid. And I was discussing with some of my colleagues on this side of the aisle that day, that if only we can make Nigerians realize, and we can have it as a mandatory rule, even in form of a law, that the proposed increment in value-added tax and any other tax, the proceeds coming from this increment will be 100% used to build our infrastructure. We do not have a situation where we have money that we are borrowing, we have taxes that we are increasing, only for us to increase our recurrent expenditure, which in most cases goes on to feed our luxurious lifestyles. You have an increment in taxes, and you have more money in the purse of the state government, and the governor, suddenly desires that he needs more luxurious cars in his fleet, needs
Honorable
to
Abbas, Honorable Sajus Ogun,
and needs to spend more money.
Honorable Abbas, Honorable Sajus Ogun,
on attending foreign courses. So, Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying is that this bill will help us to gain the confidence of Nigerians the more. If we are able to dedicate 40% of our resource every year in the budget to building schools, building hospitals, building roads, building bridges, and doing those critical things that will outlast this generation and improve our economy. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the meaning of doing this, the implication of doing this, is that we are also going to be creating more jobs. More jobs, because every naira that is spent on building infrastructure creates jobs in the sector for which it is dedicated. And so I want to lend my support that this is a bill that should pass this House, and I'm hopeful that the executive, whenever this bill is passed, will be gracious enough to sign it into law. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.